Wow, little guy, this is it. We've been through so much together. And, I gotta tell you, it almost brings a tear to my eye that after Seed of Chucky, the worst piece of shit horror movie ever, you redeem yourself with Curse of Chucky. I'm so happy and I'm sad because this is it, guys. This is the last Chucky review. What do you got to say about that, buddy? Never mind. Usually he's got a lot to say. Curse of Chucky stars Brad Dourif, Fiona Dourif, and is directed by Don Mancini. So what's up, guys? This is it. This is the last Chucky review until Cult of Chucky comes out later this year. And it's perfect timing, actually. I'm so glad I actually did all these movies before Cult of Chucky. Gives me something to look forward to. But Curse of Chucky is one that I was most curious about because everybody said, hey, you're gonna like Curse. Because after Seed, you're gonna have the lowest expectations ever. And they were right. Seed is probably one of my least favorite horror movies ever. But Curse of Chucky is so refreshing. And it gives me hope for the future of the franchise. I mean, if they would continue with this tone, then I would be completely happy. So anyway, let's get into Curse of Chucky. So in Curse of Chucky, you have the main character, Nika, played by Fiona Dourif, who is Brad Dourif's daughter, and she is a paraplegic. And right at the beginning of the movie, they get this package, and of course, it's a Chucky doll. And then almost the very next scene, Nika's mother dies. And we all know why Nika's mother dies, but nobody else in the movie knows why Nika's mother dies. That's one thing that's fun about these Chucky movies. We know the secret. The characters in the movie don't know the secret. So anyway, throughout the rest of the movie, Nika's family comes to support her in the grieving process of dealing with her mother's death. And by doing so, we have a whole new batch of people for Chucky to kill. Awesome. But there's so many things that Curse does so well. First off, the tone of the movie, it's really dark. This is the first movie in the whole franchise that's been shot digitally, and it works. You're gonna notice some really inky blacks, a lot of depth in the frame. It's just so atmospheric and unlike any other Chucky movie before it. Also, the house that this movie is set in is basically like a haunted house. It looks like a haunted house. And really, this is the first Chucky movie where the doll is actually in a haunted house for most of the movie. And it works for Chucky, actually. It highlights his creepiness because Chucky is creepy as hell. And what's awesome is we don't even hear Brad Dourif's voice for a good 45 minutes into the movie. And you know what? I think that can work sometimes. When you use the original doll voice or the kid voice in this really dark atmosphere, it kind of works. And there are so many scenes where Chucky does his business before he even speaks. It's almost like what you don't see. So there's more tension throughout. Also, I love the scene where they're having the dinner. It's really drawn out. And we already know that Chucky has put some rat poisoning into one of the meals. We just don't know whose meal. But Don Mancini takes his time with that scene. So you never know when whoever gets the bad batch is gonna meet their demise. And also, out of all the movies, I think I love the way the story unfolds in this one the most because they answer just about everything, but they're patient about it. You don't find out all these answers until pretty much the last act of the movie. And so it's kind of nice how everything just kind of gradually unfolds on its own. But everything is really answered. But this one also uses the character Charles Lee Ray in the non-doll form more than any other movie since the first. And it tries to explain a lot more about Charles Lee Ray's past and how he ties into the main characters of this movie. And it's refreshing because these aren't just horror fodder. They actually serve a purpose and they actually tie into the killer himself. And there are a couple really great surprises at the very end after everything unfolds, which I will not go into because if you haven't seen Curse of Chucky, I want you to enjoy it. And also there is a great after credits scene, which I had a blast with. Now, as far as any cons, there might be a couple of characters that you really just don't care about at all. They try to throw in this whole domestic dispute and this lesbian relationship that causes the domestic problems, but you don't really care about any of that. But that's just a minor flaw. But overall, guys, I would definitely give Curse of Chucky a purchase worthy. It's great because the last review I did, I gave it a looped in hell. So what a quantum leap forward Curse of Chucky is. And it really sets this franchise back up on its feet and gets you pumped for a Cult of Chucky. So anyway, guys, what are your thoughts on Curse of Chucky? Looking forward to hearing them. And also stay tuned because in the future, I'm going to be doing a Chucky ranking video, kind of like I've done with Halloween and Friday the 13th. Those are a lot of fun, so I'll definitely do one for that, and I'm gonna do one for Nightmare pretty soon. Also, I have an official Drumdums horror pack link for you guys to save you $3 on your first order. I'll post that down in the info box, so make sure you jump on that. And here's a card for my recent horror pack unbox. Had a blast with that, and I was pleasantly surprised with what was in the box. Anyway guys, make sure you come on over to Killer Flicks, become a member where we talk horror all day, every day, and on Friday we do Free For All Fridays. Also, if you look down below, you can see all my social media links. If you like what I'm doing, please hit that subscribe button. I'd really appreciate it. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, and Drumdum out.